G'day, boys! What's good? What's good? Finally an early stream, you Aussie beautiful bastard. What's up, lads? How are we? Belal's good eye. What's good, mate? Balvi. Yup. What's good? It's fucking sun. Shit, I swear, so early in the lives. I must learn to control my filthy potty mouth. Unbelievable. What's up, bro? What's up, boys? How we going? How we going? Let me get my stuff together. Let me get all my back ends together. That's good. That's clean. That's tasty. What's good? What's good? Finally an early stream. Yep. Just got off with 101. Nice, mate. By the way, what does the emoji mean? With the crying Volk emoji or the jacked Australian emoji? Which one, Blueprint? I have Buckley because Ian Garry will be at a massive strength disadvantage, allowing Buckley's takedowns to consistently interrupt Garry's striking. Toad, I couldn't agree with you more. I have got... Let's switch it over straight away. Let's do it. Come on, boys. Let's go. What is this? There we go. I've got Buckley as well. I think Buckley is going to smash Ian Garry. Smash him against the cage. Out-grapple him, end him. I am so happy that this is the matchup we're going to be getting. It's kind of making me even more, what is happening for the main event of 310? What is going on for the main event of 310? But I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. Ian will win, I feel, but we will see. What makes you say that, bro? How are you feeling this? What's up, Two Smelly Fingers? What's good, man? The one next to my username, that's the jacked kangaroo. That is the sign of becoming based and being a member of the Dougie's Corner stream. Enjoy the emojis that you can use in the live chat. And if you go to the members tab on the YouTube channel, there's some extra fun content in there. There is the UFC 5 gameplay of MMA Guru versus MMA Joey, completely AI simulated by the game itself. I wasn't in control of any of it. There is a Alien Romulus review because I went and saw Alien Romulus. So I was like, I'll just chuck a review in here for you guys. And then there's lots of memes as well. The memes that I custom make, I drop in there too, because I don't know where else to put the memes that I like to make when I'm bored and taking a shit. When I take a shit, I make MMA memes. That's how I like to pass my time, mate. It's weird. It's so weird that they both called out Shavkat Rakhmonov, right? Like, Ian Garry and Buckley were both out there yesterday calling out Shavkat, and yet they both must have known that they had signed a contract for this fight. Really odd that, like, Ian Garry called out Shavkat, and then Buckley goes and drops that Twitter video, where he's boxing up against the bag, and he's like, yeah, I'm calling out as well. And you're both sitting there like, we know that we're fighting each other. One of us is getting cancelled. Ian is better on the ground, arguably has better wrestling, and Buckley has better striking. The boxing is 50-50. Interesting blueprint. What makes you say that Ian is better on the ground? What makes you say that at all? Buckley was really grappling the fuck out of Wonderboy. I don't understand. Like, Ian has been doing a lot of work at shootbox, so he might have very good defensive jiu-jitsu. His jiu-jitsu against MVP was pretty subpar, It was pretty subpar. Like, MVP is a complete amateur on the ground, and Ian couldn't finish him. So why do you think Ian has got better ground game? What's up, Nick23? How are you, my dog? Why did you count the comments like that? What do you mean, Two Smelly Fingers? I don't understand what you're saying, brother. Garry only cuts 10 pounds while being built like a pencil, so he'll be at a massive strength disadvantage everyone he fights. Yeah, I know, and this one is going to be, Buckley is 100% going to use his wrestling here. 100% going to use his wrestling here. Probably tire Garry out over the first 2 rounds and then come in for the big finish at the end. Then again, not that interested in this matchup. I'm very interested in this matchup. This is like a let's kill off a contender. Like, this is a real test for Ian Garry. I like this a lot. I like this matchup a lot. What was Belal's injury, by the way? So, he had a cut on his toe, which eventually became infected. And the infection moved to the bone. And then the bone caught an infection. Now, when that happens, that's incredibly serious and dangerous. So, they had to take him to the hospital, cut open the infection, remove all of the pus, but then also put him on an IV antibiotic drip to try and kill off the infection that is in his bones. Now, If the IV doesn't take, which sometimes it doesn't take, he could be out for up to 6 months. Luke Thomas talked about how he once had a pretty bad staph infection that didn't clear up, and it took him months to heal. And JDM's staph infection got into the bone as well, and he had to undergo surgery, and it's why he's been out for so long. So even though it looks like a minor injury on Belal Muhammad blueprint, it could be a very, very long-term injury, dude. What's up, Anakin? How are you, brother? I've seen Garry show wrestling. His BJJ is solid, but it's hard to use BJJ on bottom against a short, stocky guy. I agree, Toad. I'm agreeing with everything that you're saying. Garry has shown he has some wrestling. His BJJ is very solid, but it is hard to use jiu-jitsu on the bottom against a short, stocky guy. I agree, man. I believe in the MMA meta. Top pressure wrestling beats Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Garry should win by decision. I disagree, Anakin. I completely disagree. It was too long ago. Never mind. Fair enough, too, smelly fingers. Ian is a black belt in judo. He will have the advantage on the ground. Judo will certainly help him get it to the ground, but I don't think he's going to have the advantage. And on the feet as well. I don't know. Gary's a rangy striker. Rangy strikers do not like pressure through the middle. Buckley is going to cause that pressure and chaos through the middle. Yeah. I'm still on Toad's side here, Blueprint. Belal has staph. He had A infection. I don't know if it was considered staph, but he had A infection. No bone infection. Interesting. I read that it was an infection that attacked his bone, and that's why they put him on the IV drip, Anakin. What the fuck, bro? What's up, Paradox? You absolute bloody Chad, mate. How are you? Shouldn't Ian have been ready to go after claiming everyone was ducking him? Shouldn't Ian have been ready to go after everyone was claiming that he was ducking him? In what sense? Like ready to go and fight Shavkat or ready to go and fight Buckley? Because it appears he is ready to go and they were just waiting for someone to sign the contract, and Buckley's the one that stood up and did it. Ian Garry by split wife. What a bloody rooster of a broke. Disgusting. They call it pack. Oh, come on, two smelly fingers. I mean, you're not wrong, but you know. Damn, JDM as well. Dang, man, one of my favorite fighters. One of my favorite fighters, top 3, top 5. I know, dude, I know, but JDM is on the recovery path. The last we heard from JDM, I believe he can start training in December. It affects millions in that region. Speaking of favorite fighters, what is your top 5 favorite fighters? I got to think of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. Is probably going to be Cowboy, Tony, Dustin. Cowboy, Tony, Dustin, Connor, because I'm a Connor, like I'm a Connor boomer. Like I'm always gonna love Connor. And Vanderlei. I think Vanderlei Silva. If I'm gonna pick someone from the old school region, I think I'd pick Vanderlei Silva. Yeah. It isn't even midnight. It's Saturday here, mate. We're in for a day stream. Day streams all the way. Look at the competition. It's not even close. Look at the styles make fights, Anakin. MMA. I don't think it's even close the other direction. I think Buckley's forward pressure is going to cut through Ian Garry's rangy outside tap. I think Jeff Neal showed that when you forward pressure Ian Garry, you can have a lot of success against him. And when Garry gets into weird situations on his outside striking, he wants to go back to the ground game, and I think Buckley overdoes his ground game. I think Buckley overworks him on the ground. Isn't Ian a black belt in jiu-jitsu as well? Yeah, we just talked about that. Someone just brought that up. But again, when I look at the meta of MMA, top pressure wrestling usually does better against jiu-jitsu that is trying to scramble its way out of the bottom and look for finishes. A lot of when jiu-jitsu practitioners are successful is they get lucky when the wrestler is trying to get back up, or they have done a lot of damage on the feet, and they're using that jiu-jitsu to try and finish up an opponent who's sort of already mentally beaten inside. Early Dougie stream. It's a blessing. How's your morning? It's going good, man. It's going good. I woke up, cleaned the apartment, had me brekkie. Jamie left me so much food in the freezer, in the deep freezer, so I had a breakfast burrito, and yeah, mate, I'm just chilling with the boys. Top 5 favorite fighters right now is easy for me. Like, all right, Blueprint, let's see it. My bad. I thought Ian turned down the fight. I've got to stop basing my opinions on thumbnail. Yes, Smelly, like, dig deeper. Because thumbnail, trust me, as someone who creates content, thumbnails are designed to be clickbait. Like, that's a good thumbnail is like makes you want to click on the video. It's not entirely true. Like yesterday, just off the top of my head, a recent example, right? Yesterday's video that I dropped was a photo of Belal Muhammad, and I think the text was over with a little question mark next to it. And it's implying like, holy shit, what happened to Belal Muhammad's career? Is it over? And it's just a news video on what happened that day, talking through all the steps and my opinion on like whether or not his run as a champion is completely over. So it's still, the video still fits the thumbnail, but when you don't see the context of the video and you just see the thumbnail, it's designed to be like, holy fuck, what happened to Belal Muhammad? Is he dead? Is his career truly over? You know what I mean? Garry's takedowns against MVP came from catching a kick and the clinch, which I don't really see working against Buckley. Yeah, I think Buckley's, like you said before, short stockiness, and he almost has a very Dricus du Plessis style. You know what I mean? Let's call Buckley the American Dricus du Plessis. He's got that style to him where he's keeping everything very tight and very forward pressure. And yeah, with Ian Garry, because he's got that judo background, he needs a lot of clinch work. I don't think Buckley is going to be able to give him all that work that he's looking for. My all-time is Tony, Nick, Masvidal, Nate, and Izzy probably. Izzy? All right, Blueprint. It's your list, you know? It's your list, but it is what it is. I heard some interesting things about Garry's wife on last night's stream with No Chill. Okay, go on. Share them with us, Paradox. Share them. No, I meant top 5 favorite fighters right now, not of all time. In the message, you misread the top 5 all-time favorite fighters is easy. Oh, so the top 5 favorite fighters right now. It's still Volk. It's still Volk. Ilia Topuria is up there. Ilia Topuria is absolutely up there. Dan Hooker is always going to be up there. JDM, obviously, and Tom Aspinall. So what did I say? Volk, Ilya, JDM, Tom Aspinall, Dan Hooker. Yeah, that would be my top 5. But remember, like, I am not like Tony or Toad or Larry, where they like love beautiful kickboxing and love like all the science and the chess match that goes into MMA. Like, I'm a fan of violence. My favorite part of MMA is Muay Thai and shit talking. Like I'm just a fan of cunts punching each other in the head. You know what I mean? And those guys bring that sort of energy. So, I mean, with Ilya, it is beautiful to watch his boxing. But yeah, it all just depends on like what you appreciate more. And I appreciate disgusting violence the most. They leave it open to interpret. Yes, two smelly fingers. A good thumbnail leaves it open to interpretation, right? Yo, what's up, Sniff? How are you, man? Dougie, how did you start a rave in Africa? Read Sniff's comments first. The way you said that, Dougie, in terms of his personality and his prime and fighting style, yes, of course, Izzy. But when I think about it, Habib is all-time top of my... You know, Habib popped into my mind as well, man. Popped into my mind as well, yeah. Ian Garry has some solid body and leg kicks. He does. That's true. And with Buckley's stance, he could get in there. Right under there, yep. The hype is real, and the hype was real in Izzy's prime. Yep, true. Dougie bugging a little bit. What have I done now? The hype was real in Izzy's prime. It was, man. Absolutely. That, like, contender Izzy... to me, Izzy lost, and especially the post-Gastelum fight, Izzy. To me, Izzy started to lose some of his hype after the Yoel Romero incident, and then his stock started fucking plummeting for me. His stock started fucking plummeting for me after the Jared Cannonier fight. I was like, Izzy, I'm off the fucking train, and I'm never getting back on it. And then after the Jared Cannonier fight, the MMA guru started jumping on his back, and then I was like, well, this is great. I'm bloody loving the direction this is heading. What I'm really looking at, grappling-wise, is that the strength difference. I just see Buckley ragdolling him to the ground whenever Garry gives him the opportunity. I completely agree with that, man. That's exactly the way that I see the fight going. Too Smelly Finger says, I got one, but I'm too pussy. Just type it, man. Just type it. What is the current tier list? DC has a better resume than Izzy. Oh, fuck. I want to see. Hang on a second. I need to say this. Hang on a second. Daniel Cormier, You know, he actually might, mate. Although DC is one of the best fighters of all time. Like, he's on the GOAT list. So DC has obviously got Steve Miocic, Derek Lewis, who has got the record for the most knockouts in UFC history, Ozdemir, Anderson Silva, Gustafsson, who many people consider beat John Jones in the first fight, Anthony Johnson, Dan Henderson. I don't know if he's got a better fucking resume, but it's a damn good resume. But the question is, boys, who the fuck is going to be fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov now that Ian Garry and Buckley are taken up? Who the fuck is going to be fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov? Because that takes both of them off the list, right? Now, there was something else that I wanted to show you guys. The UFC are going to absolutely fucking murder me for this, but I think it's worth it. So I'm going to bring it up on the screen. And for everyone who thinks that I absolutely hate Powhatan, I do not. Check this out, right? I want to show you guys this in slow motion. Check this out. We're going to watch this together. Two Smelly Fingers says, do you think it is possible that the internet hate and gossip could have affected Israel's confidence and aura? 100% it affected him. Izzy has got a very fragile ego. He grew up as a Nigerian kid that was into dance in New Zealand, surrounded by a bunch of giant fucking Tongans. He never really fit in anywhere. And then when he became an MMA star, he felt like he had really found his home and his place and started to get more and more confident. And then as the fans started to turn away from him, you saw him get more and more defensive at every single press conference. And that culminated at the fucking fight with him and Sean Strickland, where he was in Australia, which is meant to be his home turf. Everyone was fucking booing him and cheering for Sean Strickland. And that video that the MMA Guru released is still in the MMA Guru's top 5 viewed videos of all time. So it reached a huge amount of the MMA audience. And Izzy's actual Twitter or Instagram account was in there, shown to be liking dog fetish content. That actually happened, right? So like his corn preferences got put online for the entire community to see. And yeah, it absolutely broke him, man. Two Smelly Fingers, go for it. You asked for it. All right. DC has a way better resume than Izzy. You really gotta check for that. He was a double check. You know, Blueprint, I don't remember every single thing off the top of my head. So sometimes just bringing shit up and reading over it again does help me, man. DC was never the best light heavyweight or heavyweight. I would say, Toad, for a moment in time, the time that he did beat Stipe and he was walking around with 2 belts, you do have to call him the best heavyweight. For that sliver in time, that moment in time that it happened, DC was the best heavyweight on the planet, right? Two Smelly Fingers says, just remember, I'm 2%. All right. DC has a way better resume than Izzy. DC is around. Yeah, I agree. Of all time. No, I agree. I mean, I have him in the top 10 of all time, Blueprint. I agree. Sniff says, I think that this pretty much, he doesn't say I think that this pretty much, but Sniff is implying that he thinks it is definitely going to be Leon Edwards versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. I hate Leon getting another title fight. Or are the UFC just going to go for easy pay-per-view numbers and are they going to call Usman? All right, Two Smelly Fingers. Dougie, thanks, Sniff. I'm your friend too. Stand your base! What's up, Jack? How are you, man? DC at one point was the best light heavyweight and the best heavyweight as well. I can agree with that. For that 10 whole seconds of his life he was. Yeah, man. No, there was a moment where like DC was the guy. And also, right, don't forget that DC and that fight with John Jones got overturned to a no contest. Right? That was a no contest because John Jones was on so many fucking steroids that the doctors were like, this is it. Your testosterone levels are gone. What happened? Why are they being suppressed so much? What masking agent are you using, sir? Like, he was peaking grams harder than he's ever grams before. Check this out, right? This is Alex Pereira. This is on the back of Alex Pereira. How are you, Crystal? What's up? How are you? This is on the back of Alex Pereira not just stepping on Jamal Hill's foot so Jamal Hill couldn't pull away properly. He is such a crafty fucking vet in there. It is insane, right? Look at Khalil Rountree's hand here, okay? He's got the guard up. He's got both hands on his head. covering up nicely like this. And watch this. Alex Pereira, he's come in with an open palm. He's got an open palm right here. And all he's going to do is grab Khalil Roundtree's hand. Look at that. Look at that. You can now see on the screen that he's got his grip around Khalil Roundtree's hand. So he's grabbed his glove, didn't put the fingers in the glove, just grabbed his hand and moved it out of the way. Isn't that fucking sick? I think that is so fucking... that is such an insanely crafty vet move. It's so impressive. Let's watch the whole sequence. I love that, man. Shavkat's getting the easy route to the belt. Old man Usman coming off a layoff, then old man Belal coming off an injury. He is, dude. He is. I think they might go with Usman. I think right now, using what we know about the UFC, right? The UFC is all about pay-per-view sales, especially in 2024. I've covered that relentlessly all year. What sells more pay-per-views? Shavkat Usman, Shavkat Leon. Especially when the UFC can look at the performance that Hamzat just had against Robert Whittaker and talk about how Usman took that fight on 11 days notice and had a very competitive fight. I can hear DC's voice saying that at the start of the pay-per-view right now. He had a very competitive fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov, who destroyed Robert Whittaker. I can see it now at the start of the pay-per-view. So I don't know if we need to squeeze out a poll for that, but yeah, I could see the UFC just being like, Usman, give him the call. What do you think of DDP versus Strickland 2 in December? I love it, Jack. I love it. I think the fact that we haven't heard anything from Sean Strickland in the last 24 hours is appalling. And if you are Sean Strickland, you need to be calling up everyone. You need to call up DC. You need to call up Chael. You need to call up Ariel. You need to call up Luke Thomas and just keep hammering that you're ready to go. My new 5 favorite fighters of all time is Ilya after Tony's gruesome downfall. 2 is Poatan. 3, Dan Hooker. 4, O'Malley. And 5, Hamzat. That's a good list, man. That's a strong list. Very, very strong. I don't know about Poatan. He's a little bit overrated. I wouldn't have him in my top 5. Poatan's a little bit... he's just a bit boring, to be honest. Poatan's a bit boring. He's just a left hook. Why can't you play... That's very good, too. Smelly fingers. That's very good. Usman did that to George. This exact move. Did he really, Jack? Holy shit, man. We'll be right back. He peeled Khalil's gut. It's beautiful, isn't it? Can you show Masvidal slipping Usman's elbows? I don't have it pulled up, mate. I don't have it. I have a short. Can you send it to me in the Discord? JDM is injured. Buckley and Garry are fighting, and fuck Leon Edwards. Usman is probably getting it, I reckon, mate. Poatan is my number 2 for... He's just a bit... I think we can all admit that, Alex Pereira is just a little bit... I don't know, dead, isn't he? He's just a bit boring, right? Here we go. Yep, I'll bring it up now. One second, I just got to make sure I get all my ducks in a row here. 1 second. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. Cool. Let me just make sure. Because the UFC hate their own content being shown. Okay, yep, cool. We can watch this. This will be all right. Transition. Let me read some comments and then we'll watch this. Because, yeah, watching UFC content on a stream, dicey. Here we go. I just sent you something in the Discord. Could you play it, please? It's relevant. I will too, Smelly Fingers. I will. Sent. Done. Strickland, want to see Rory McDonald come back. Strickland, I want to see Rory McDonald come back and fight Shavkat. I didn't mean to type. Right. You want to see Rory McDonald come back? Just for the blood and the violence so we can get a mask of blood. This is sweet. Do you know who Kyle Holloway is? No, I have no idea who you're talking about, Dana White. And how are you, brother? What's been good, man? I haven't seen you all week. If I was Khalil, I would have KO him in that exact moment. Yeah, but you're a Chad Paradox. You would have just fucking headbutted him, son. I'm saying I want to see that fight against the cage too. Oh yeah, don't get in trouble. My bad. You're all good, man. I just checked it. I think we'll be all right with this one. Powhatan, badass look, walkout fighting style, most active champ, most active fighter. I don't know, man. Alex Pereira is a bit like, he doesn't speak any English. He just says the word Sharma again and again. The walkout is so long, like it takes forever, and you just, what is it? Just staring. And like his exciting fight style. What? Smacking up cans. Like, Jamal Hill's a can. Khalil's a can. I don't know, man. Powhatan's just a bit shit. You know what I mean? He's a bit shit, mate. I mean, we're talking like, Izzy, like, slept Powhatan, you know? Now, Izzy, real walkouts. Dancing, you know? Comes with sick lines to every press con. Doesn't just say Sharma. You know what I mean? He says things like, I'll leave you on ice like Elsa. You know what I mean? Izzy's really the one that you should be backing. Definitely not Dana White. The fuck is that guy? He's definitely not Dana White. I'll tell you that for free. They should book Masvidal versus Leon. They should book Masvidal versus Connor. Sniff. KO'd Buckley and disappeared. Yeah. People forget, man. Or the UFC did. What are we talking about here? Do you know Dougie or the UFC did? Or the UFC did what? Please add context to your chats, boys. I'm having a couple of conversations with each of you. Sharma. Everyone at 205 is a can. That's why he looks... I know. Powhatan is... He shouldn't be in anyone's top 5. Let's watch this clip while chat catches up. All right. This is sick. Defense. Okay. It starts here. Let's go. Usman throws a body jab. Masvidal dips back both arms in a reaction because Masvidal is expecting that there is going to be a takedown after this. All right, so Usman throws his body jab. Maybe a takedown's going to come. Masvidal's ready for a takedown. Usman follows with a big overhand left. Then he shoots for his takedown. Masvidal gets in on the hooks. Usman gets the collar tie up here. Masvidal is looking for something around here with the body. Usman is ready here with his hand. Usman's framing up. We're now center to center. Masvidal's got Usman's arm and is trying to block. This is so fucking awesome watching fights in slow-mo. I love it when people do breakdowns like this. Now he's got both of Masvidal's hands under control. Very dangerous. Tries to go for the elbow and just slips out of that little slip out of the way. That is very dangerous. When they've got both hands like that, both hands like this is super fucking dangerous. And Masvidal is like locked in eye to eye. There's the elbow there, cocked, ready to come in. Masvidal just slips out of the way. Yeah, that's sick. That was really good too, Smelly Fingers. Thanks for that, man. That was really, really good. Let me just get my shit back in order on the back end, and then I'll read some chats. There we go. Sick. Done. All right, back to some chats. Everyone at 205 is a can. That's why he looks so good. I agree, Sniff. Ankalaev not a can, but everyone else is. And that's why Alex Pereira is ducking Ankalaev. Notice Ankalaev's ready to fight in December. And Alex Pereira is like, no, I've got international commitments, mate. Israel Adesanya, the poet of our generation. Couldn't agree more too, Smelly Fingers. Remember, Blueprint says, remember when Powhatan said to Izzy in a face-off in English, look at me. And then Izzy looked away. I know. Fucking brutal, mate. Izzy actually cried at a press conference. Dana White says, Dougie's corner. Alessio Di Sciutico knocked out Joaquin Buckley and then lost 2 fights and he got cut. No wonder I don't remember him at all. Not Dana White. Sniff says, did you see Obama recite those Eminem bars? Isn't he awesome, you guys? I didn't say that, mate. No, I don't really watch political content because it's brain dead dog shit. Definitely not. Dana White says, my point in bringing him up is that you never heard of him, but he fucked up the guy who's fighting Ian. I get you, Dana. Right. Dana, fighters grow over time. We were talking about this at the end of yesterday's stream. Remember when Charles Oliveira was on a 7-fight losing streak? Fighters just change and improve and grow over time. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that there's holes in Buckley's career, but this isn't boxing, right? You don't need to go through MMA being a 0-0 fighter to end up being a great fighter. I like this matchup for Garry. He's not ready for the Shavkats of the division. I'm disappointed they didn't make Garry versus Covington. What's up, Tom? How are you, man? And Weston, thank you so much for the continued support of the channel. Weston, you are a based legend. Boys, I'm going to catch up with all of your chats. What's up, Weston? How are you, man? Good afternoon, you bloody dickhead, mate. You bloody legend. My point in bringing that up, yeah, we covered that one. So Tom says, yeah, we read that one. Tom, that is all Colby Covington. Colby Covington is the biggest duck and pussy in all of MMA history. Colby Covington is the biggest pussy in all of MMA history. And I know for a fact that he still has fans out there, which is embarrassing. Because whenever I make any Colby Covington content trashing him, there are still people in the comment sections talking about how Ian Garry doesn't deserve Colby Covington. He's a pussy. He's a loser. He ducks fights. He gets scared to throw in the cage. Ryan Hall has got a bigger ball sack than Colby Covington. On God. On Crip. Watch the elbows. Yeah, that was beautiful. Too smelly thing. Thanks for sending that. All of that was great until he got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, sniff. Yeah, beautiful defense, man. Beautiful defense. Until. Masvidal was so nice before he got slept, wasn't he, man? Sniff, that was fucking brutal, man. Dimas Ferez says, Pereira fans kind of annoying. They want to protect their favorite from a grappler. It is kind of annoying. Although, I don't know if it's so much Pereira ducking Ank or the UFC protecting Pereira. Because the UFC are definitely protecting Pereira. Jamal Hill isn't a can. He has talent, but I understand the hate talk too. Much need to let his skills speak like he used to. Yeah, I know, but I think Jamal is trying to go for the Usman strategy and keep himself relevant. John isn't a can either. I know. Dude, I'm kidding about the Pereira stuff. Obviously, Pereira is a top 5 fight. Like, I'm kidding. I'm just riling up the Pereira haters because everyone in this chat seems to think I hate Pereira. No, he hasn't grown. He's still short as fuck. Very good. Very good, not Dana White. Abzat also isn't a can. He gave Poatan's problems like Ankalaev, but if not more problems. I think Ankalaev will give Poatan problems. I think he absolutely will. Dougie's Army. 2 smelly fingers. Good legend. Agreed. Colby is a big old pussy, isn't he, mate? Colby has to be done, moved on to poker. Colby has to be done. He's moved on. Is he actually playing poker? Is that for real? Is he playing competitive poker? I wanted to talk to you guys about this fight as well that is being talked about in the Twitter sphere. I think this is a super interesting matchup. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think that this is a fucking great fight. I think that this is a sick fight to make. I think that this is going to be more fun than MVP versus Wonderboy, in my opinion. I think Shara Bullet is very aware of the hype and what it takes, and he's going to try and push forward and make a name for himself. MVP is sort of old, done. What are we doing here? I like this fight a lot. And Shara, I mean, what is it? He's on his 3rd fight in the UFC. 4th fight? 3rd fight in the UFC. People are saying that he needs to be ranked already. I mean, bantamweights and flyweights need to get like 5 or 6 or sometimes 7 fights in the UFC before they get ranked. So I don't mind one more. I don't mind one more unranked fight for Shara against a big name like MVP, and then we can talk about putting him into the top 15. Let me read some of your comments. Agreed, Colby is a big old pussy. Colby hasn't been done. Usman took Colby's soul. He did. He really, really, really did. Ryan Hall is a fucking savage, man, and I won't hear anything on the contrary. It takes balls of steel to have no steel. Okay, definitely not Dana White. Definitely not Dana White says, Ryan Hall is a fucking savage, and I won't hear anything to the contrary. It takes balls of steel to have no stand-up whatsoever and hope to barrel roll your way to Tiberia's ankles. That is true, mate. Like, if you are a human being that stands in the cage with Ilia Topuria, knowing that you have absolutely no stand-up, I don't know what is a bigger alpha male. Like, that is the peak of being an alpha male. Dougie, check your Discord. Paradox, I will. Let me catch up with these chats. When I get to where I'm highlighted Paradox, I will check the Discord. Let me just catch up with these chats. Did you hear when Masvidal said he didn't respect Usman's power because of the first fight? I don't doubt him. I believe him. I believe Masvidal was speaking the truth, and that gave him a lot more confidence in the second fight. That's what I heard. Interesting, man. I mean, good for Colby, because he's definitely not a cage fighter in here anymore. You know what I mean? Colby should do a character at 180 and be super lib with blue hair and Taylor. Dude, he should, man. He should just do a complete character 180 and just come out and be like, Kamala, I love Kamala now. Nah, Izzy looked away, and then Poatan told him, look at me, boy. And then Izzy pressed ASL and then did the hand gesture, you talk a lot, and frowned. Actually played. It's hilarious as it sounds. Blueprint, if you can find it and send it to me either on Twitter or on Instagram or in the Discord, preferably, because I have that window open right now, I'll happily bring it up onto the screen, man. MVP looked pretty shit against Ian. He did, yeah. MVP versus Shara or shit. It's just talks. It's just talks, but I like it. Yes, in Mama Woodley voice. Yes, Queen, yes. MVP still cooks him. MVP by KO. No, Blueprint. No. No. I must know where the chat's head is at on this one. Dear Maria, count me. Yeah, and MVP still cooks him. I'd want Shara to win that fight. Me too, man. Colby is Kamala's favorite fight. I know. Guys, we got to get out there. We got to start voting liberal. You know, we're behind here. Guys, you know, I'm Kamala Harris's favorite fighter. I'm going to be in the White House when Kamala wins. It'd be such a weird turnaround from Colby. Shara will try to fight him after the fight. Mark my words, he doesn't like to lose if you know he's back. Oh, yeah. Shara will, like, chase him to the car park and fucking elbow the shit out of him. MVP should kiss... MVP should kiss ring card girl in front of it. Oh, that'll fucking set him off. Then he'll be chasing him down in the hallways. Fight him in a fucking, what was it, a shopping mall? Shara should probably be at 170. He looks way too small at middleweight. I mean, if he's having success with the speed, I do think once he does fight a grappler Toad, it's all going to come crashing down. I believe Shara Bullet is in for a massive fraud checking. But I don't think MVP is the guy to give him that fraud check. I want to see that fight, but my opinion on it will depend more on whether or not MVP has fought at the Middle East before. It seems to have an effect on some of the fight. It does seem to have an effect on him. Maybe it's the heat, the humidity, the fact that their opponent doesn't weight cut properly. Who knows? He might be a 175er who can't make 170 though. Yeah, one of those guys that are like, unfortunately, trapped in the middle. MVP is in my top 5 strikers. The first one is O'Malley. Number 2 is Poatan. Number 3 is Max. Number 4 is MVP. Number 5 is Prates. The fact that you don't have Ilia Topuria as one of your top 5 strikers is disgusting. Especially over Max. Like, he literally just outstruck Max. That actually is. That hurts my soul to read that. Blueprint. I'm not going to lie. That really does hurt my soul. Shara, not my top 15 strikers. He almost has no hands and defense is suspect. Yeah, he's all kicks. Yep. Masvidal beat the shit out of Usman in the first fight. Anytime Usman tried to exchange, drop your social media. It's all right there on the screen. Right there is Instagram, Dougie's Corner. Right there is my Twitter. You've got the Discord link in the general of this chat. Yeah, it's all right there. I'll drop it on your cord. The poll is biased as hell. How is the poll biased? All right, now, where are we at? MVP, I choose you. Chris, what's up, brother? All right, so Paradox sent me something in the Discord. I'm going to check it out. Paradox, where are we? Paradox the Chad. The legend? Okay, cool. Oh, Paradox, maybe. Like I said, the UFC are very not happy when you play things... Let me have a look here, mate. Yeah, this isn't slowed down or broken up in any way, Paradox. I'll be able to... You know what? I'll be able to just pause it on the screen. I've got it on my second screen. I'll bring it up when I catch up, and I'll just pause it as a freeze frame, all right, mate? But yeah, I can't play that whole clip, dude, because they're pretty bad. So I'll play it right now where the end poll is in chat is when I'll play it. Let me scroll back up and catch up with everyone, and then I'll play it. Now, where were we? You think MVP can KO Shara? I don't think so. Drop your social media. Right, Ryan Hall has a wheel kick. People forget, man. Ryan Hall, it's not just no striking. He's got one wheel kick, man. People do forget that, Toad. I forgot that. And people do forget that. Thank you for bringing it up, Toad. Blueprint, he has one eye. Cut him a little slack, brother. His depth perception is way off. That's so true, Too Smelly Fingers. You think MVP can't KO Shara? I don't. I think he can. I don't think he will, man. People really do forget, man. People really do forget, man. Pikachu KOs kill. Pikachu KOs the hills have eyes. All the hills have eyes. I'll take the dude with two eyes. Thanks. You guys are so fucked. Oh, if I was a gambling man in a fight, I'd pick the guy that has two eyes. You guys are fucked. What I love about Tapuria versus Hall is when Tapuria was like, okay, you won't stand with me, I'll knock you out cold on the ground then. It was fucking sad. I know, dude. I know. There was a moment, because we just watched back so much Tapuria tape. There was a moment where Tapuria just stood over Hall and was like, fuck this guy. I'll drop it on the call. The poll is biased as hell. Dana will fire him. I support the visually challenged. Yeah, Too Smelly Fingers. Let us support the visually impaired. Shara will pull a daily or some shit. Yep. Shara isn't that small. I know, but I think Toad is saying he just looks a little bit undersized. MVP doesn't get hit. Shara is in for a rude awakening in this fight. He is 10 times kickboxing champ for a reason. Who knows? Shara might duck. You're bringing up good points, Blueprint. You're bringing up really good points, man. Ilya Tapuria isn't a striker. He's a boxer. What is wrong with you? Yeah, okay. All right. You're talking like you're mixing in the kicks. Ilya's got good low kicks. Maybe not top 5 low kicks, but he's got good low kicks. MVP, I choose you. What's up, Christian? And no, Max outstruck him. The dude relies on his boxing. Max didn't strike him. Max had good moments, really good moments, but he didn't outstrike him. Hills have eyes, 17%, Pikachu, 38%. As I expect, yeah, no, Blueprint, you won that one, man. You won that one. How far am I behind on chat? Not too far behind. All right, I will bring this up on the screen. This is from Paradox the Chad Boys, so enjoy this with your own viewing pleasure. This is some bloke who isn't even in the UFC anymore, who knocked out Buckley clean. Now, where was it? Here. Let's... Whoa, that's going to get me in trouble. Playback speed. Drop it all the way down. There we go. Fucking bang. Yeah, nasty. I mean, it's one of those ones, man. He got caught with a shot. I do think he's improved. I think to think that fighters don't improve is ridiculous. I think he improved, mate. But yeah. I think he's improved. I think he's going to beat Ian Garry. I think we're seeing a new Buckley, mate. Thanks for sending that, Paradox. Let me catch up with everyone else. Stop playing UFC footage on your fucking stream, Doug. What do you want to do? Ian, Ilya, Jan, Aldo are all better boxers who rely too much on the boxing, but can strike, but choose not to. It's weird how we talk about striking. I'm with you, Blueprint. I guess this is why we all got into such a heated debate when we did the boxing list versus the strikers list. So I get you, man. I get you, dude. Transition over. I hope you guys all saw that because I had 2 screens open on the back end. I was in studio mode. I like MVP, but Shara last opponent was a 33-year-old kickboxer with 95 fights. I like MVP, but Shara's last opponent was a 33-year-old kickboxer with 99 fights. I think Shara can handle that guy that was even with Ian Garry. I think Shara can handle the guy that was even with Ian Garry. Tighten that up for me, Paradox. That's messing with my dyslexia. Shara's distance control is fucking immaculate for a one-eyed man. I actually can't understand it. Maybe because he has got such bad depth perception. He tries to keep his range nice and far because he is focusing on that so much. R.I.P. Peanut the Squirrel. What happened to Peanut, mate? Impression of Joe Rogan giving a speech in an Alzheimer's conversation saying people forget, man. You know, man, people forget. You know, especially these people. These people really forget. What was I saying? I forget, man. Crazy. After Paradox's video, I sent something in the Discord. All right, I will catch up to it when I get to Weston Mass's comment. Okay, Too Smelly? Nice one, mate. Nice beer, mate. That's exactly what Ian Garry's going to do. I don't think so, Paradox. But maybe. Should we do a poll for this one? Let's squeeze out a poll for this one. We'll squeeze out a poll for that one. I'll get to Weston's and then I'll check what you boys have sent in the Discord. He's playing ping pong with that man's head, bro. Ian Garry doesn't have the testosterone in his body to finish Buckley like that. I agree, Chris. Video played just fine. No, I know, dude, but it's about on the back end where if I get copyright strikes. Trust me, the UFC and their footage. Disney owns this footage, Too Smelly Fingers. Disney owns this footage. Do you understand the kind of danger that I am in showing any footage from inside the UFC octagon? It is honestly insane. I've had one channel tanked in the past before because of it. Shara is good enough to handle the guy who couldn't handle... Shara is good enough to handle the guy who couldn't even handle Ian Garry. Thank you, Paradox. I needed that from before. Yeah, I think Shara is... I do think Shara is a fraud that is going to get checked. I do not think MVP, the guy who's been crushing cans outside of the UFC for 30 years, is the guy to do it. MVP schooled Garry whenever it was on the feet. He did. I think Buckley will pressure and get countered by Garry moving backwards. Interesting, Weston. I think Buckley will pressure, get Garry up against the cage, and then drop him on his ass. Peanut got euthanized. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's, you know, we had a cat called Peanut that died. Me and Jamie had a cat called Peanut. So this is all very hurtful stuff you're writing, Christian. It's bringing up a lot of bloody trauma, mate, about me dead cat. Word on the street is BSD is still somewhere strutting around with his team preparing for his next fight. Must you drop that in there, Blueprint? Oh, poll's at 50%. You know what that means, boys? I get to choose the outcome of the poll. Whenever it's 50-50, I'm the one that gets to finish that poll off. It is what it is. It's relevant and not UFC footage. All right, Too Smelly Fingers. But I don't want to get you in it. No, you're all good, man. I'll decide. I open them in a second window and watch UFC footage before I bring it up, just to make sure. Ian's wife. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, I think Ian beats Buckley. 50-50 fight. My dog's name is Peanut. I'm sorry to hear that. Why did you teach your dog Peanut tricks? Gary's strongest asset is him not caring about delivering a good fight. He just wants that win. Casual? That is insanely true. A lot of fighters do get worried about the performance bonus. They get worried about what's happening with them on the internet and Twitter. But Ian Garry is not one of those guys. Ian Garry is just in there to get the win however he can. That is a very, very good point. I'm going to go to the Discord now and see what you boys have sent me to put on the stream. Too Smelly Fingers. MVP KO. Okay. We can bring this one up. The wave can't stop. What is minute now, passing now, win or lose. Like you, far more shocking than anything. Here we go. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. He's fucking rocked, mate. That is off a trip, though, Too Smelly. He did slip, mate. Oh, no, that was a low kick. Shit, I can't believe how bad I am at shit sometimes. Like, I literally just saw that. Yeah, that was a clean low kick. Fucking bang. Fucking bang. That's clean, mate. That is clean. Early stoppage. Yeah, bro, that is as clean as it gets. Right off that low kick, too. Cheeky, man. That's the problem with that long stance, that karate stance. how easily you can get taken down, but also that low kick. Boom. Let me read some comments. Precision beats power. Timing beats speed, mate. You can't. Precision beats power. True. Timing beats speed. The timing of a double leg. The timing of a double leg up against a cage. You get your hands under the hips, you pull them back, you drop them on their ass. Buckley's on top, just fucking. You know what I mean? Buckley's just delivering that ground and pound on Ian Garry. Ian Garry's like, I kind of like this. You know? I think Buckley's got this, mate. Love the Buckley title run. He is going to flatline Shavkat for the belt after he beats Ian Machado Garry by ground and pound KO. I agree, Toad. I completely agree. I feel this will be another typical Ian Garry win, and I think it's obvious. Surprised by some people picking Buckley, but then again, he did make a statement with that Wonder Boy fight. He did, man. I think, again, dude, it's just, we're looking at the styles make fights. You got the rangy kickboxer of Ian Garry. You've got the DDP pressuring style of Buckley. I think there's a reason that the poll came out as 50-50. Do you know what I mean? I think there is a strong reason for it. Damn, straight up sniff. What's that one? Your old profile pic? I can see Garry KOing Buckley with a knee or some shit, or outpointing him and beating him easily. Buckley is too short for someone like Garry, in my opinion. I think if there is the correct range management, you're absolutely right there, Blueprint. Ian Garry is going to be racking up the points in a very Israel Adesanya-esque way on the outside. Completely agree with you. I just think over that 15 minutes, or no, it's a main event, 25 minutes. I think over that 25 minutes, with the mindset that Buckley has now, there is going to be pressure up against the cage, transitioning to the ground, where Buckley is going to start to be able to land those back shots dead. Ian Garry loses because he gets mesmerized. Ian Garry did say that to Jamal Hill, and it was one of the most sus sentences I've ever heard in my life following this sport. I'm going for Buckley ground and pound finish, though. Fuck Ian Garry. I agree, Casual. I agree. Bro, addicted to the shindig. What's up, Tai Tai? How are you, man? Addicted to the shindig. How are you, man? Looking forward to Buck versus the Rooster. Having a sneaky suspicion Buckley KOs him brutally, and I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be ecstatic. Lost all respect after the Neil Magny presser. I love all of this sentence, Tom. Everything about what you've written here, I bloody love. Watching the Lost Boys and Silver Bullet soon on AMC or Weather Channel, it's nice, mate. All weekend, the channel is fire. Nice, bro. Nice. I think I might watch The Penguin this afternoon. I think I'm going to get a pizza. I'm going to get a slab of beers. I'm going to hang out and watch The Penguin. My cousin had a cute-ass hamster named Peanut also. Why does everyone name their pets Peanuts? Early stoppage. That's a UFC 5 type finish. I don't want to talk about UFC 5 right now, boys. I don't want to talk about it. He almost got finished by that exact same move after that about 4 or 5 times. Wow, man. People have fucking saw it, breaking it down and using it. Doug is beating his cock against the other side of the table. Yeah, you can hear it, right? But like I said, Ian, Ian don't got that fast twitch muscle to finish MVP like that. No, I don't think Ian can get the Ian... He point strikes on the outside. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of fighter we're looking at with Ian Garry here. Just point striking and hanging out on the outside. So, yeah. Yeah. But like I said, Ian doesn't get the fast. Dougie just wishing Buckley would go ground and pound finish him instead of his boyfriend's and channel partner Ian Garry. Fuck you, Chris. You know, I was on a video call, Chris, this morning with Jamie. She had just been shopping and got some American snacks for the channel and was showing me all of them. And there was a big pile of Pop-Tarts right there. I'm going to tell her to fucking burn them. Go give them to the church. Go give them to the homeless people. Go fucking, on your way home, when you're stopping off at San Francisco, go to Skid Row and just start handing out Pop-Tarts like the fucking queen of San Francisco. Fuck you, Chris. I was going to eat Pop-Tarts on the stream just for you. Go fuck yourself, mate. Who hits harder, Neil or Buckley? I think it's Neil. Ooh. Yeah, I would say it's probably Neil has got the fucking stronger fists. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I was saying we should raid crossover. Yeah, man, of course. How long have I been like? A little bit. We'll go raid crossover for sure, man. I was saying I wanted Ian versus Edwards, but now I realize how boring that. I was saying that I wanted Ian versus Edwards, but now I realize how boring that fight would be. Yeah, dude, that fight would be horrible. That would be a modern day MVP Wonder Boy. Just too much long rangey counter striking. That would be fucking horrible. Especially since in the UFC we don't have the one championship kickboxing rules where it's a lot of like, come on, more action. We don't have that in the UFC, so they'd be allowed to stay at range and fight. Are you gonna start Penguin? I'll watch it too. I haven't seen it either. I've watched the first episode. It didn't grab me, but. One championship doesn't start till about 11 p.m. here, so I think I'll just, yeah. I'll watch it today. I'll watch it this afternoon. Tell Jamie to buy me some snacks instead. Exactly, Blueprint. Exactly. We should raid crossover MMA. So we should. I agree. I love crossover. He's a good bloke. Dougie, don't you dare tell her to get rid of those Pop-Tarts. I mean, I don't really have any audience to raid him with. That's the problem, mate. Like, we don't really have a big audience, but I'll tell him. Like, how many people are watching right now? There's not that many people watching, mate. Where are we at? 14 people are watching. You know what I mean? But it's all good. I won't, mate. I'll tell her to keep on to the Pop-Tarts. It's not showing in chat where Pereira told Izzy to, but so I'll drop it in the cord. All good, dude. All good. 17 absolute bloody savage. There should be 17 likes, boys. There should be 17 likes. Okay, so Marab went off. He's fucking ducking Umar. I think we all know that Marab is ducking Umar. And he says, don't be fooled by the bullshit that is coming out of Umar's lying fucking mouth. Your dong didn't pull out of any fight. Your dong was ready. Your dong was fucking ready to go, says Marab Divalashvili. Umar didn't sign. He is talking crap. You need to work hard and fight other contenders to be number one contender, brother. You're being gifted from the UFC, brother. I wake up in morning. I train. I go to school. I work. Everyone knows without earning it, I can't smash your face, brother. Even lying come out of your mouth. When every time you come, you lie. This is Marab, obviously. You know, it's a classic Marab move to just talk shit like this. Fucking rambling away. Good old Marab. There we go. That's better. Like that. There we go. That way you guys can see it. There we are. Beautiful. Marab Divalashvili. What's up, Nacho? How are you, man? Marab Divalashvili is ducking Umar. He doesn't want to fight him. What's going on here is Marab is jealous as fuck that Umar got such a quick run to the title because he had to work so hard for it. But unfortunately for Marab, he doesn't have a Nurmagomedov name up his ass because that comes with, the fact that you got Nurmagomedov attached to your last name. When Khabib is at Bellator, they have a whole camera set up just for Khabib's reactions, right? Khabib versus Conor is the highest selling UFC pay-per-view of all time. Being Khabib's cousin comes with certain fucking privileges that Marab just doesn't have here, mate. 15 is good. I'm happy. I love you guys being here. I'm really happy with you guys being here. I love 15. What's up, Nacho? How are you, brother? I think I need glasses for a second there. It looked like you were streaming this from your shower recess. No, dude, it's just my office, but the office is very tidy today. So I don't really need the screen today. But you know how it is when you have like a random couch in the apartment that doesn't really get used for anything, it usually just becomes a clothesline. So it's just neater like this. Plus, there is this like giant window right here, and the lighting is horrible. So I always find that if I just put myself in a little wicker basket, it makes the lighting quite good. So yeah, man. How are you, Nacho? What's good, man? I will send in my secret Pop-Tart hitters if you do such a thing. It'll be fucking murder via Pop-Tart. Facts, 100%. Edwards would just school Garry at range, which isn't the way we all want Cacciato to lose his zero. No, I want Buckley to mount Ian Garry and fucking drive fucking elbows through his skull, mate. That is what I want. 15 is great, man. What's up, Nacho? How are you, man? Marab pushed the O'Malley rematch is kind of fun. Marab is 100% going for that. And can you blame Marab? Like, the GOAT. Jesus, what's up, man? How are you, brother? Good to see you, dude. The GOAT of the sport. On everyone's number one, pound for pound, greatest list of all time. The GOAT of the sport has tried to teach us forever that you want to take, and I'm talking, obviously, about the man that's never lost a fight, never lost a round. The GOAT of the sport has tried to teach us that when you are a champion, you want to take your next fight for the most amount of money for the easiest fight. That's what you should always be looking to do. And for Merab Dvalishvili, would you rather say, I need to rest and recover until March, which happens to be when Ramadan is, and then Sean will be ready to go. And Sean is a much easier fight. Like, obviously, you're pushing for the Sean O'Malley fight. Obviously. So not only is he jealous, but he has financial incentive as well. Chael Bloody Sonnen, mate. Chael Bloody Sonnen. Never defeated. Let's read up on some of these comments. Never mind, I forgot my cord after resetting PC. I got to remember just to look up the Pereira tells Izzy to look at him. It's very easy to find. Yeah, Blueprint, again, right there it says members open for custom emojis. But just watch the little screen down here, Blueprint. Look at the screen. Watch the little screen down there, and when it pops up, you'll see my Instagram, you'll see my Twitter. You can direct message me on any of them. There it is, right there. Dougie's Corner YouTube on Twitter. You can direct message me the link. Tag me if you don't want to follow me. That's fine. Just direct message me the link, and I'll save it, and I'll bring it up next time we're on stream. Hearing the possibility of the homeless in San Francisco getting those Pop-Tarts hurts me more than our Peanuts' tragic passing. Fair, mate. Algo, like, subscribe, big tarts. Recovering from last night. Why are you streaming so early? It's Saturday. I'm alone. I can't go on my Saturday date with Jamie because she's not here. I miss my girlfriend, boys. I miss my missus. Yeah, she's not here, so I've decided to come and hang out with the boys on the stream. Firefight. I'm going to go Buckley by explosive KO. I agree, Cayman. We did a poll. It was 50-50, brother. It was 50-50, mate. So the chat really don't know which way to go with this one. Brother, this is not fair. A crazy inbred. Why not free special goat wife once top 15? Come, brother. I let you touch wife. I love it. Check this out. This is fucking gold. Oh, fuck, brother, no. Dana's just like, yes, money. And Sean's like, oh, fuck. Oh, that is fucking gold. I love these. Honestly, who knows more about the business than Chael? Really understands the game inside and out. Honestly, dude, I used to love listening to Chael Sonnen back in the day. And I did always think, like, if you're a fighter, you should listen to Chael Sonnen because he does understand the business of fighting. Not the most successful cage fighter of all time, but not, the worst. But he does understand the business very, very well. Must I jump in Ice Lake to prove my parents are cousins also, brother? What's up, Super Shotgun? How are you, brother? The most interesting fighter today, now that Tony is near retirement, Yuri. The most interesting fighter today? Yuri's a good one. Yuri's a really good one. I don't know. Yeah, Yuri is a good one. I guess memeable is Yuri. Tom Aspinall I find incredibly interesting. Tom Aspinall I really do believe is like the first human heavyweight sized person that has become an MMA fighter. An MMA, like he grew up doing jiu-jitsu. He understands wrestling. He understands striking. Like Tom Aspinall to me is like the peak of what a human physicality in MMA can become. So to me it's Tom Aspinall. No one has been as big and as skilled in our sport before, in my opinion, which I find incredibly interesting, and why I find the fact that the PFL has fucked up all of MMA really frustrating to me, man. Yeah. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. It truly does, Two Smelly Fingers. You have no idea what it's like. I come home from work usually, and there's a sandwich and a coffee sitting on the kitchen table, and I have someone to talk to. But now, it's just me alone, staring out at my balcony, wondering where the dolphins are. It's bloody horrible, mate. Did you see Stipe on Jake Paul's podcast? He looks so old and sound so CTE riddled. Bro, it's fucked. It's so fucked that this fight is happening. He sounds even worse than he did a few years ago. He is pure CTE. I heard clips, Shotgun. I didn't watch the Jake Paul podcast, but I heard clips, mate. Yeah. It's pretty bad, dude. I just want to find out. Say I'm not ready for this fight. I'm ready to do my thing. Yeah, he sounds horrible. Lane says, what's up, Dougie and chat? Late, but we're here. Yeah, no, you're all good, man. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. Dude. I haven't got, like, fucking quotes and things to run off to. It's just Saturday. I'm chilling. Also, hit up Dougie's OnlyFans, guys. Top-notch spicy content there. You don't want to say that, mate. You don't want to say what I really get up with the Golden Gay Times. Chael Sonnen's home invasion promo he cut on Wanderlei is one of the best promos in MMA. That's an old fucking cut, Shotgun. I think Yuri goes downhill hard and fast from here. I think so, especially if he chooses to cut weight. I choose so. Yuri is a daredevil. You heard his stories. He's like Tony 2.0. I think Yuri or Pereira with the Brazilian tribe and US not knowing whether or not he really is using shamanic magic. True, mate. True. It is Yuri, Pereira. Like, they're fun fucking characters, too. True. Yuri has taken so much damage. So much damage. I used to listen to Chael all the time, but also the motherfucker just rambles and repeats himself so much. I know, that's why I can't listen to him anymore. It's too much. Bryce Mitchell is clearly the most interesting fighter. Rapper, farmer, scientist. Yeah, dude. Bryce Mitchell is the fucking GOAT. That is true. And I when I'm interested in the news and what is going on in the modern medical field, I don't check the WHO's Twitter feed. I don't believe them globalists at all. I use Bryce Mitchell because I know Bryce Mitchell will look at both sides. He'll look at the WEO, and then he'll go into BitChute and Odyssey and Rumble and look at them sides as well. And Bryce Mitchell will use discernment. I love Bryce Mitchell. Still the biggest arms in all the West. Tom Aspinall is the most dangerous human on the planet. I agree, Two Smelly Fingers. And I want to see the most dangerous human on the planet fight Francis Ngannou. I want to see that fight. I don't care how much Saudi cum Dana White has to guzzle. I want to see that fight. I want to see it. I don't think Yuri has anyone on his team that can or will tell him to change his style up. No, I don't think so either. I think Yuri reads the fucking 4 rings, the 7 rings, whatever that samurai book is, and goes, this is what I must do. I must be better. There must be improvement and greatness and make a beautiful fight. Just check notifications to be added some bangers, including Silence of the Goat movie, mate. It puts the lotion on its skin. Does leaving your hands down by your side so you can hope to catch somebody coming in ain't working? Does leaving your hands down by your side so you can hope to catch somebody coming in, it ain't working? For some fighters it does. Are we talking about Yuri? Yeah, no, that ain't working for Yuri. No. Stipe can barely walk. I know, he moves around like he's on a fucking cane. It's embarrassing. Tom Aspinall makes for really interesting time at heavyweight. I don't see anyone beating him. Neither do I, Belal. I think he is the future and the present of the heavyweight division. Francis' fight sold 10,000 pay-per-view buys at the PFL. Fuck the RIP, the PFL, and Don Davis. I agree, Shotgun. The PFL. Thank you so fucking much, Sniff, for the $5. Dougie, I think that you can get 1 million followers. All you have to do is get 1 water bottle. Thanks, Sniff. I appreciate the $5, man. You're a bloody legend, dude. Good on you, mate. Thank you so much for the $5, man. It's a huge amount of money for little streamers like us, man. I really do appreciate it. Where was I? Stipe can barely even walk. The PFL. The PFL need to stop doing pay-per-views. Stop doing pay-per-views. Just sell your product to YouTube or to a sporting network. Stop doing pay-per-views. Stipe first round KO. Oh, mate, imagine if he does. I tried to explain it to Flat Earth the other day, and I fucking almost had a... I tried to explain it, Flat Earth, the other day, I almost had a stroke. Yeah, listening to people explain the Flat Earth theory to you makes you want to take your brain and put it through a fucking brick wall. It makes you want to pretend to be Yuri Prohaska IRL for a day. It makes you wish that you were Rosa Namajunas getting spiked on her head. It's the worst. Mick Parkins sleeps Tom in the first. That's why Tom brought him into his camp, so they would never have to meet in the cage. Mick Parkins sleeps Tom in the first. I don't think Mick Parkins is the guy, Nacho. Racially motivated Ian Garry. If he wins, he's going for Umar. I knew that Ian is coming out of his rooster phase, and he's coming for revenge. He's coming for revenge on everyone that did his wife like that. He thought he was going to enjoy it, but when he actually looks back on his own memories, it horrifies him. And now Ian's coming back for... Kevin Lee's head kicked KO of Gregor Gillespie is one of my favorite KOs of all time. The walk-off is cold as fuck. I've already watched it like 600 times. Kevin Lee's head kick KO. I remember that one. I remember that one, man, but I have not watched it like 600 times. But yeah, dude. Did you see the Don Davis interview with Mike Heck? He admitted he doesn't even watch MMA and couldn't even name a favorite MMA fight. Oh my God. Yeah, Don Davis is a like product manager CEO. He's a businessman, but he doesn't understand the game the way that Chael and Dana do, and even the way that the fucking Bellator guy does. I can't remember his name right now. Used to the guy who owned Strikeforce and Bellator. You know the guy. You guys know the guy. He gets the game. The PFL do not get the game. The PFL prove that you can have a meritocracy, ESPN, half of the fighters in the world, and $500 million of free money from Saudi Arabia. And if you do not understand the way that the game works, you will fuck up MMA. The PFL prove that. It doesn't matter if you have all the fights, all the talent, ESPN, you will fuck it up if you do not understand the game. And the game is storytelling. The reason no one got into kickboxing or Muay Thai or all the other combat sports around the world is because they didn't know how to tell a story. And that's why when people get angry at a title fight like Khalil Roundtree against Alex Pereira, it's those kind of moments that make the UFC what it is. Otherwise, it would just be another organization. And if you really want meritocracy in MMA, go watch the fucking PFL. But you don't, because it's fucking boring. PFL ruined the B-League. It did, Toad. It did, man. I really hope Stipe has to pull out. We all want to see John versus Tom, don't we? We do, Lane. I don't think anyone in the world wants to see Stipe versus Francis. I'd rather Stipe beat John Jones. If Stipe did beat John Jones, we take this stream live on the mobile. We go vertical stream, and we go to the pub. We go to the pub, we celebrate at the pub together. All of us are going to do shots at the pub. The Earth is toroidal. Who's going to bail the UFC out for the December pay-per-view? Poatan deserves a damn rest. Another camp. I think it's going to be Usman now that we've got this news of Ian versus Buckley. I think it's going to be Usman, mate. If John gets too comfortable, Stipe can indeed drop him in round 1. I hope he does. The Flat Earth is a J conspiracy. All right, Sniff. Yuri is base and Flat Earth pilled. I mean, after all the damage he's taken in his brain, he should be. I'd rather see Tom beat John. Okay, Lane, let me put it like this, right? If anyone was going to beat John Jones, personally, I would prefer it to be Stipe. I would really prefer it to be Stipe. Because going into this fight, all anyone can talk about is how cooked and CTE riddled and how he needs a walking cane, just how bad of an athlete, good person, great person, but athlete, horrible athlete. That's all they're saying about Stipe Miocic. And what everyone's saying about Tom Aspinall is that he is the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. If John Jones is going to get truly embarrassed by someone for his last fight in the UFC, I want him to be embarrassed by this guy. The guy that everyone says needs a fucking pair of crutches to walk around. That's what I want. And if that happens, I will laugh, and I will laugh, and I will laugh. No, it'd be better to see Stipe beat him. I agree, Weston. I agree. Scott Coker. Thank you. Not the AM bro says, why are you on so early, Jack? I'm alone, mate. No, it's Saturday. I don't have to work today. I don't know my missus. I can't go out on a day with my girlfriend. I can't go to the pub with my girlfriend because she's not here. She bloody left me, mate. I'm fucking alone, cunt. She's gone. So yeah, I'm here with the boys instead. Marty, fake newsman to the rescue. I agree, Nacho. Marty getting a title shot, being 0-3 and not winning in over 3 years. The UFC is going to UFC. Yeah, and I think I just rambled as to why sometimes that is better. Sometimes that is better. Look, Belal got his shot. Marab got his shot. Tom's getting his shot. There is a mix. There is a fine mix in the recipe that is the UFC, which is a little bit of meritocracy sprinkled in with a little bit of entertainment. And you've got to get that balance just right. Otherwise, you become the PFL. And the PFL, if the Saudis didn't just give them money for no reason, the PFL would not exist. MMA would be boring as shit. If Stipe sleeps John, there is plenty at... If Stipe sleeps John, there is plenty at mine and the whole live chat is invited. Bit hard to take the entire chat over to the Great Ocean Road, one of the longest drives in the country, Belal, compared to the pub. But this is why we're going to do it together on the stream. But thank you for the invite. Maybe Nacho will pop over and visit you, man. Shotgun continues the tradition of welterweight fighters getting undeserved title shot. It does. It does. I mean, it fits the division. If John gets past Stipe and doesn't retire, his reflexes will have to be on point against Aspinall. I agree. The chances of beating Aspinall are fucking slim. Losing to Joe Biden would be very embarrassing for John. He would probably have a meltdown. I agree. Yeah, to Joe Biden. Honestly, I think Joe Biden speaks clearer than Stipe Miocic, and that is saying something. Because Joe Biden has been caught talking to curtains. So that is actually saying something. You have to give the people, they can relate. They want fighters to fight. They invest. You have to give the people entertainment. You're absolutely right. Two smelly fingers. You're absolutely right. And great Yoel Romero impression. Imagine the drug-fueled rampage John will have if he loses. New York will not be safe. If you are in New York the night that John Jones gets slept, evacuate immediately. That's a level 5 warning evacuation. Cage, what's up, man? Didn't expect you to be on it this time. It's Saturday in Australia, so I'm here with the boys kicking it. Flat Earth is merely a cult for narcissists who can't accept the fact that they are insignificant and not the center of the universe. Sad. I truly believe that the Flat Earth conspiracy theory was pushed out by the global elites about a year before they released the... to discredit people out there who seek the truth from other sources rather than CNN and NBC. Because it was very, very coincidental how Flat Earth became the biggest thing in the truth movement, and then about a year later, accidentally, a lab released it. I think it's just very coincidental. Colby did duck Garry. I don't see why Ian keeps having to fight down. I know, dude. I know. Ian does deserve a morsel of respect for that. The fact that he keeps reaching down to fight up. I agree, man. My English is terrible. If Stipe Miocic beats John, Dana Pink will have a heart attack. You're all good, two smelly fingers. If Stipe beats John, Dana will have a heart attack. I don't know. I think Stipe will be an easier person to give a couple of $1 million to fight Tom Aspinall than Jones will. So I don't know if Dana will. I think Dana truly for once, I truly believe Dana White. When everyone keeps saying, what is next after John Jones fights Stipe Miocic, and Dana White says, we'll have to see what happens after the fight. I do think that is Dana White being 100%, like, we're just going to have to throw a ton of money at them. We know that the UFC's negotiating wall is $7 million because they were offering Francis Ngannou $7 million. So we know that their ceiling is $7 million. But the fighters know that too now. So we're going to have to play a little bit of... We'll see. It is truly a we'll see movement. What's up, Smelly? What's up, Cage? What's up? Remember when Belal fell down those... Oh, remember when Biden fell down those stairs on national TV? I know, that was embarrassing, wasn't it? Because nobody wants to see Ian. Yep, let's raid before you go. He's live now. Let's raid before you go. Oh, who is? Crossover? How long have I been live for? About now, 20. In 10 minutes, we'll go. Ian does... in 10 minutes, we'll go. 10 minutes, we'll get out of here. Some people just got here. Lane just got here. Cage just got here. So 10-minute timer, and then I'll get out of here. We'll keep talking shit, and then we'll go raid someone. Ian deserves zero respect for crotch-sniffing MVP to a BS decision. He meant to be an elite striker. He killed his own aura and hype with that shit performance. Yes, he did. If you were going to be the kind of personality that the MMA community has made you, which is Ian Garry, the Rooster. If you're going to be that guy, you need to have sick performances. And my evidence for that is Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley is worse than Ian Garry. Sean O'Malley, right? Ian Garry gets laughed at because all he did was change his last name so that his stepson could fit in with the rest of the family, so they didn't have different names. That's all Ian Garry really did, and the MMA community just went fucking ham on it. Ham on it. Sean O'Malley literally called one of his mates up and tried to set up his friends fucking his wife. Do you understand the difference of what happened here? Ian Garry tried to make his stepson fit in with the family. I believe that's the story. And Sean O'Malley literally called up one of the boys to come over and fuck his wife. There's a difference here in rooster activities. Yet Sean O'Malley put on a sick performance, and Ian Garry embarrassed himself against Jeff Neal and embarrassed himself against MVP. And we all hate Ian Garry, and half the community really likes Sean O'Malley. You can be Israel Adesanya, who will lie about having cancer and actually like dog fetish things on the internet, on your actual account, not on a burner account, on your real life account. And as long as you put sick performances in the cage, people will like you. So Ian Garry's biggest mistake in life is not any of the shit he's done outside of the cage. It's wrestle fucking MVP. That's his biggest mistake in life. Just go, Chris. We'll see. Yeah, Chris, pop over. Yeah, pop over, and I'll send everyone else over in 8 minutes. Ian deserves zero respect for... Oh, we just covered that pretty succinctly, I think. Just go, what? Yep. And Ngannou won by moving to the PFL and everyone else lost. I agree. The PFL lost. They overpaid for a star that they are losing money on. They don't care because it's not their money. That is anyone who's buying anything on credit. We all lost because Francis Ngannou is one of the most dangerous human beings on the planet right now. His knockout power is devastating. Tom Aspinall always gets touched on the chin and might also be one of the most dangerous human beings on the planet right now. They are both in the same sport. They are at a fair enough age to fight each other. It is the biggest super fight in MMA, literally ever. They are the most skilled heavyweights we have ever seen. And Ngannou, selfishly, but fair enoughly, decided to back himself and get the biggest paycheck that he could and went over to the PFL. Everyone should work for the most money that they can. That's fair enough, but we all lost. Biden fell upstairs 3 times. I mean, I'm not even mad. That's kind of impressive. Give the man Stipe a sensu bean before the fight. He slurred his speech and the arthritis will be insanely cured. Give him all the cortisol and an amphetamine shot and fucking get him in there. Ian Garry getting lit up on the feet and scraping a split decision against a 38-year-old zero grappling MVP was a bad look. Super bad look. Very bad look. The worst look, some would say. Ngannou is too greedy. He is not a unicorn like McGregor. Ngannou is too great. Look, Grass Medic. Everyone deserves to do the job that they can get paid the most for. I don't fault Francis for doing what we would all do. Francis made the exact decision we would all make. I don't fault him for that. But as a fan of MMA, I'm angry at the circumstances that we are in. And I think that's fair as well. Sean's a little freaky, to be honest. I think letting your boys fuck your wife is a bit beyond a little freaky, mate. Ain't no fun, the homies can't have none. Makes me respect Sean even more. Fuck off, Nacho. But Nacho, you know how I said we were going to go to the fights together? I don't know if we can now, mate. You might be like, Dougie, I can come round, yeah? I don't know, mate. These sentences? I don't know. What was that, his wife or Roslyn Piva? Mr. Bean. What's up, brother? How are you, man? Are we talking the Ian Garry or Sean O'Malley? Which one, man? Similar to the Chandler hate. It's not really dessert. No, it's not, man. Dougie in the corner again. What's up, Kenny? How are you, dude? You have to be really secure to share your wife. I couldn't handle it. I don't know if it's... Look, I couldn't fucking do it, mate. The Stipe Miocic walkout will show a lot. Blade said he saw him stumbling around. Yeah, dude, the whole fight week, Toad. The whole fight week. Because the fight week is very grueling for the fighters, right? Not only are they cutting weight. Now, Stipe won't be cutting a ton of weight. But they're doing non-stop media for about 3 days. The cameras are following them. Then they do have to do the weigh-ins. And then they have to do the press conference. Then they have to do the ceremonial weighings. Now, for a man like Stipe Miocic, who hasn't had any of that pressure for 3 years, to come back to New York, yeah, not just the walkout, brother. All of it. I got no issue with Francis getting his money, but the way he tried to frame it, like he was doing it for the fighters with all these demands like healthcare, sponsors, chat never came true, was BS. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, not even the PFL is paying lifetime. What Francis asked for was what no business in the world would do. No business in the world would do. What Francis was essentially asking for was, if you work at Macca's as a 16-year-old, and you grow up to be like an 85-year-old that has lung issues, you could go to a doctor and get that doctor to say that those lung issues came because you were working over oily fryers for so long, and that Macca's should cover the healthcare costs for the rest of your life because of the injuries you might have sustained working at Macca's. That is what Francis Ngannou was asking for, which is so beyond retarded, I can't even begin to explain it. No company would fucking operate that way. No company would operate that way. What the UFC does is has a fully available medical staff to all the fighters at the Apex. And if you have any injury sustained in your career or during your career, they will pay for it while you're contracted. The idea that fighters do not have healthcare is not really correct. They have healthcare, but it is just while they are contracted to the UFC. And at the end of the day, no one is forcing you to take your next fight. This is the argument that we've just had with CTE and Brandon Shrub. You know, when you signed up to be a fighter, you've listened to boxers all throughout the 80s and 90s. You know what happens, and especially in 2024. You know what happens to you. And if you choose to take that risk, I appreciate you so much for taking that risk. But you know the risk. I got no issue with Francis getting money. He should have gone. We should have got to see Francis versus John. We should have. Base Dougie, now talk about the people that run the world. That we're if we were on Odyssey or Rumble or BitChute, the most based of all, Nick. But we're on YouTube, mate. So this is an MMA channel. Do you find Layla attractive? Not particularly. I think she's got the witch neck. People acted like Francis was Robin Hood when he just wanted to take Saudi blood. Yeah, I know. And good, like, again, I don't fault Francis for that. I don't fault Francis for that at all. You're employed to do your job. You want to get paid the most money that you can get paid to do your job. And if someone was going to come to you, Shotgun, Western, right? If someone was going to come to you and be like, instead of chopping down these fucking giant trees and getting paid exactly what everyone else is going to get paid, I'm going to take you to a bonsai garden and I'm going to pay you 3 times as much to chop down bonsai trees. No one should fault Francis for what he did. Layla isn't hideous, but she's repulsive. Depends on how many beers. Yep. I don't blame Francis for trying to get the most money, but the PFL is retarded for bankrupting themselves in the process and selling 10,000 pay-per-view buys for their troubles. I totally agree. And this was the discussion, really, that Ariel and Chael were having past each other when they had that blow-up. Ariel was talking about how Francis won, and Francis did win. And Chael was talking about how the industry lost, and the industry did lose. We all lost. Everyone except for Francis lost. The UFC don't get the best fighter in the world. The fans don't get to see the best fights happen. The PFL are going to lose money if they have investors outside of the Saudis. Those investors can sue them for negligence because it does not help the PFL's brand. The entire MMA industry lost because of that deal, but Francis won. And that's what Chael and Ariel were talking over each other about. I think I have early onset CTE. I kind of do as well. I think I do as well. Layla is a smoke show. Let's be realistic. Shane Carwin's CTE came more from sparring since almost all of his fights and him getting a first round finish. Well, then that is even more self-inflicted. That is even more self-inflicted than the UFC having to pay for it. If D. Devlin was my woman, I would have been barefoot and pregnant around the house too. You definitely have CTE. Hey, my love, how are you? I was just wrapping up the stream. I guess it's still pretty loud in the house, huh? Francis could have asked for an unreasonable thing just to try and get out of his contract. I think that's what he did, man. I think that's what he did. Look, the UFC, they turn a profit because they make a profit on every single fight night. They make a profit on every single fight night. That is why they turn a profit. If Francis was in there asking for a phenomenal amount of money that they weren't going to turn a profit on, then, yeah, he's pricing himself out. You know what I mean? Can you give me a percentage on how much you believe the words that come out of Dana's mouth? About 20%. About 20%. Yeah. Yeah, about. Dougie getting CTE from watching MMA? Oh, definitely. Definitely. All right, boys, that is it. We have reached the end of the stream. That is an hour and a half. Now, Crossover MMA is live. Do not bail just yet, boys. Crossover, he's trying to build his MMA YouTube. Crossover. He's trying to build his MMA channel. I'm trying to build my MMA channel. We know what the game is like. Where is Crossover MMA? Where the fuck is he? Can someone link it? Can someone link it? Where is he? Let me go to search and live. Is he not live? Where is he? He's not even in the live list. At Crossover. Here he is, live. Sorry, he wasn't coming up. Here's his link. All right, here is his link. Done. There we go. Here is his link. That's Crossover MMA. He's one of the boys. He's part of our group. He's part of the Frankie Fight Nights, Making the Walk, Dougie's Corner, Based Gotti. He's part of the group. Jamie, do your job. No, he's part of the creator community. He's right there. I don't know why he wasn't coming up. I was like literally typing in his channel name, going to live tabs. He wasn't coming up. I had to go back and watch one of his old videos to find his link. So there he is. There's Crossover. Go send him some love. Tell him the boys say hi. He's part of our community. We love him over here. So yeah, back him up. Read Not the AM Bro. Where's Not the AM Bro? Are you team Gladiano or team Critical Soy MMA? Are you team Gladiano or team... I don't know Not the AM Bro. I don't know the lore behind the question. Giuliano, is that the guy that gives Guru like $100,000 a year? And Critical MMA, is that the guy who does red pill content on MMA? I like Critical MMA. He's a good bloke. I've never watched anything. Anyway, I'm out of here, boys. I'll see you all for the live stream tomorrow. Go say Dougie says hi over at Crossover. See you later, boys. Go watch him. Bye. Have a good one, boys. That was a great stream.